you get upstairs, I'm having a conversation. There were so many times where you just kind of didn't care. It was like, oh, we'll do it later, and I'm like, we only have 30 days.
Okay, but I haven't been making moves since then.
I just felt like you felt the same way about the food stamps. Like, it was just like you didn't care. Like, oh well. Like,
Mom, what else do you want me to do?
Well, I mean, just reaching out to Michelle, aren't you concerned to see if
I just talked to Christian this last night about talking to his mom about it.
About getting the mail?
Yes.
Okay, so, but why say to me, don't worry about it, we won't eat?
I didn't say don't worry about it, we won't eat. I said if we don't worry about
anyway.
I said if we don't get our food stamps, we'll worry about us. You don't worry about us. That's and we I don't eat a lot. And then for you to call Dad and say that, you know,
I told you I was calling your father.
But to say what you already told me to avoid saying when I talked to him is just like, now I have to explain myself to Dad that I didn't get pulled over and that Steven got pulled over.
Steven twice. I was confused. Okay.
I understand you were confused, but you were the one who told me not to tell Dad anyways, that I don't have to tell Dad, that it's not going to show up. That was my biggest concern when we were sitting down at the poorhouse, when Steven got pulled over in my car for the second time in a week, was that Dad, and you're like, it doesn't show. You're not going to have to tell him. And then you call him and leave him a voicemail saying that I got pulled over and Steven got pulled over and this isn't a like, I just don't understand why you had to say that.
Because you're going to get fined.
With or without Dad knowing that.
$500 fine if the time lapses, and that time is either up already or very close. And I don't want you getting a $500 fine because it's got to get taken over to Lansdale Police Department.
So why would you say that? Now I have to make Steven look like a dick because he was using my car and I've been lying for him.
Would you prefer to have a $500 fine? Like,
I didn't even get pulled over in my car. And now I have to, he's not going to believe that.
Okay, I will explain to him that it was me and I was confused.
Still, he's not going to believe that.
Who cares? He doesn't believe anything anyway. He makes his own stories up.
Okay, but why? That's just my point. My point is that I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I've contacted Dad. I've reached out to Dad. I've done the welfare. I've gone with you. You're telling me I'm lazy and not doing this stuff and I don't care about it, which isn't true. It's 95% of my stresses. And I've been on going to welfare with you. 2 times we went to welfare. You know how they work. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. I talked to Christian last night about Michelle and see if she has mail. He brought mail home for me a few weeks ago from her house.
When he brought the mail home a few weeks ago, I was in the hospital with Michaela, and I had asked you a couple times, even before we went into the hospital. I said, have you checked with Michelle about any mail? And she said there was 2 pieces and they were under the mat or something.
Yeah, and they weren't there.
And you went and they weren't there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Christian came. And there was like 7 or 8 pieces of mail when Christian brought the mail home that were earlier than that.
Okay.
So either A, she lies, which I know she does, or B, the whole freaking I put the mail under the mat story is bullshit.
What?
Because why would she put 2 pieces of mail under the mat and not the other 6?
I don't fucking know.
Which is why I feel like you need to be on top of her to find out.
Do you understand the people I'm dealing with right now?
Which is why I just called both of them.
Okay, so but why are you taking it out on me? Like I'm not doing my part.
Because when you said to me, "Don't worry about it. I don't eat a lot anyway." It just freaked me out because it's like you didn't care. It's like
I'm giving you money for food that the foods like I'm trying to do the best I can with losing my food stamps. I don't work a lot. I don't make a lot of money. Like I'm trying to give you what you need for your food that you went over because I didn't have my food stamps.
What I need for my food?
Because you went over because you didn't have money for my food stamps.
No, I spent the money that I would spend on
That's what I'm saying. Because I didn't have my food stamps, you had to spend that money, so I gave you that money. So in order to not worry about that money, then don't worry about going out and spending the extra on us. We'll do what we got to do, is what I said to you. You don't have to up in the
So-
kitchen. I said next time you go grocery shopping, don't worry about spending that $150 or going over.
Well, it's more than 150.
Well,
I cut it in
what
half.
I'm saying is don't worry about it. Don't go over. Spend what you have on your food stamps and don't go over. And that's it. We'll worry about the rest.
How though? Like you can't even.
I don't know, Mom. I don't know what's going on right now. You're mad at me because you think I'm being lazy about this shit, and I'm just trying to make it all work. Like Dad took. There was 2 times he told me he switched my insurance up on me. There was 2 times where I thought that my insurance was coming to me, and he was like, "We're switching over again. I found a lower one." And then I'm trying to avoid Dad knowing Steven getting pulled over in my car, and then you leave him a voicemail talking about we both got pulled over, which we didn't. Now it's just a big mess. I don't understand why this conversation even happened. I'm not being lazy. I'm not avoiding this. I don't not care about this. And I think you, out of all people, should know that. Like, you were the one who is going to welfare for me, with me. You were the one who I talk to about this shit all the time. I don't talk to anybody else about it.
I don't feel. It's not like you come to me and you say, "Mom, we got to go to welfare tomorrow because I'm going to lose my food stamps."
It's already lost. It's already gone. It's already gone. What do I do? How do I say? How do I go look and see if my food stamps are pending in the air? Because that's what they are. What do I do? I gave them your number. Have they called you?
No, but they don't always call.
Okay.
But that
So
means you're getting a letter in the mail.
I don't know
always get a
that.
letter.
I don't know that they don't always call. So I just it's frustrating.
I just feel like you know, like I said, I'm the one that says to you.
trying to pick a fight for no reason.
I'm not
honestly.
trying to pick a fight, Gia. I'm saying this is it's a stress for me. When I go food shopping, I need even just our food stamps, we don't have enough food at the end of the month. So without your food stamps, it's going to be even worse. I'm not going to go spend $300 on bread and milk and eggs and Michaela's lunches, and that's going to be it, because that's about what it covers. So what? You're not going to use my
$300 for bread, milk, and eggs?
It covers a basic. Yeah, I can't buy meats. I can't buy any of the things to make dinners. I buy the basics. With
Okay.
My food stamps. With your food
So you went over $150 when you got that big order?
$350 that I took out of my pocket for bills that I'm still trying to recover from.
You said you went over $150.
I said I only wanted to take $150 from you. I did a $600 food order. It was $600 and some dollars.
Okay, Mom.
So my food stamps were $300 and some, and then I went to use your card because I called. My card was loaded, so I figured so was yours. And then.
But you knew that it was up in the air. You knew that we just went.
Because she said all you needed was that letter to show that the hours were cut.
Okay.
It was taken care of. Why was that not taken care of right away?
So why is that my
did it
fault?
take me to say to you, did you ever get that letter? No. Well, we need to do that tomorrow. We are doing that tomorrow.
Doing
You said,
what?
Okay. I came down and woke you up. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go. We went over and got your letter. We went to that should have been. I just felt like if I didn't do that, you would have never done that. Like you didn't worry about.
Why are you talking
day after
about
we went
this?
The day after we went to the food stamp, to welfare, and she said you need proof from your employer that your hours were changed.
Okay.
It was 2 weeks.
Okay.
Why? Why wait 2 weeks?
Mom, it was there was a deadline.
Yeah,
And we
made
were
it just
before the
but
deadline.
you
So
didn't-
what's the problem?
Because I made that happen, not you. You didn't know that deadline was coming. That deadline would have came and went. You had no idea.
I didn't get up and go with you. Because you were the one who woke me up and you were the one who initiated taking me, as that's where I'm in the wrong.
You didn't even know. It should have been done.
I don't know a lot about this shit.
If it would have
You know
been-
more about
if
this
it
than I
would have
do.
been done right away. Something
You're my
right
mother.
away.
You know more
And
about
I
this
said-
stuff.
I even said to you, when you go into work, get that letter.
Okay.
And then I let it go.
Okay.
Because I don't want to hound you, and I don't want to sound like your mother every time you come home from work. Get that letter when you go to work. You said, okay. I asked
Mom,
you if you got the letter.
okay.
You said no.
Okay.
Why
Okay.
did you not get it?
Okay. Okay.
Like, I didn't know that I didn't know that you were that, you didn't know that much. I thought you understood how this works. and that if they cut you, it takes that much more to get back on it. And it's unnecessary, because if we would have gotten the letter sooner, you would have had your food stamps loaded when I went food shopping. That's my point.
Okay.
So you just need to know that it's that important. And I'm not trying to bust your balls, but I feel like you just don't care. Like I don't know. I just feel like you're like, okay. And maybe because you're just not aware of how it works, it came off to me like you didn't care.
I'm fully unaware how any of this works. I've never gotten my car inspected before. I've never lost my food stamps to have to get them back. I don't know any of this stuff. So I'm trying my hardest to figure this shit out. And then in the meantime, while I'm depending on non-dependable people, I'm getting bitched at for being lazy and not doing anything.
Who's non-dependable?
Everybody that I have to deal with, Michelle and Dad. Okay. None of them are. And the insurance companies and all this shit. I don't know the difference between an insurance company and my registration.
Here's how it works.
I really don't
Here's how it works. Your registration comes from the state. That's your license plate. They make sure you have insurance on your car. And if you, because it's a state law that you have to have insurance. So they're two separate people. They give you 90 days from the date of inspection to inspect your car, and if that's not done, they take your tag.
Okay.
And they fine you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to go through all this bullshit to make your car legal again through the state. And you got to get a new tag, and you got to pay for taxes and tags and all this crap. That's just the state. But being that there's a warning out for you already, and you needed to bring the car into Lansdale PD in a certain amount of days, you could potentially have a $500 fine for not having either.
And for Steven getting my car pulled over and giving me a deadline.
Right.
Twice.
And I'm not saying that Steven's, I just don't want to see you.
Nobody's talked to Steven about, nobody's talked to Steven about my car.
You don't think?
About him getting pulled over?
Has he touched your car?
Because he got pulled over in Uncle Mike's car a week ago.
Has he talked to you?
But why? Like, why is that?
Has he talked to you about?
I'm careless, but Steven can get pulled over in 2 cars 3 different times in less than a month.
You don't know the conversation I have with Steven.
Well, it comes off that he doesn't give a shit.
Know this conversation, and he won't. Like, he's not gonna know that we.
Well, he's gonna have to, because now I have to call Dad and explain to him that Steven got pulled over in my car.
And he's not gonna give a shit.
You don't think so? Because he made it very clear to me that he doesn't want Dad knowing.
It doesn't matter what Dad. Why does it matter what Dad thinks?
Because it's my car, and he doesn't want Steven drive. I'm the only one on the insurance.
Which is another reason why I'm trying to help you get out from under your father.
But why would I get out from under him when we're not financially stable enough to